What's up, everybody? What's going on? Let me get this screen up real quick. Like, subscribe, hit notifications bell if you're notified, so you'll be notified every time I upload. Pretty good day yesterday. Nice calls yesterday. Let me get this shared up, then go through the weather, and we ready to rock and roll. You feel me? Shout out to the ones who's just rolling with me through the whole videos and stuff like that. This one gonna be quicker. I know it's gonna be quicker unless we got some participation. But let me share this out one time, two times, or three times, and we ready to rock and roll. Yes, sir. How was y'all day today, man? How about Sawinski, boy? 2 home runs. Bang, bang. So many home runs yesterday was nice. Yes, it was. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay. Share this out one more time. One more time. Yes, sir. Big home runs yesterday. Everything. It was okay. It was okay. It was okay. I got to get these streams down some, especially if I don't have too much participation. I got to get these streams down some. So, I used to record, but man, I be so tired when I come in late. So either way it go, let's just breeze through it. All right. You know what? No, first let's talk about the weather. Kevin Roth. Okay, y'all already know the drill. Kevin Roth. We going on. We looking at the weather here. All right. So what is it we got? We got Atlanta Detroit game one, winds blowing out at 10 miles an hour. Atlanta Detroit game two, winds blowing out at 10 miles an hour. I said I was going to do some research on that wind going out, man. If anybody knows anything about that, let me know, man. I mean, that 10 miles an hour, that seems to be standard. So we'll see. Colorado at Boston, there's rain around, more likely a delay or a late start, though it's a bit early to try to figure out which of those it may be. Winds out to left at 10 miles an hour. All right. And then New York Yankees at New York Mets, a chance for rain pregame. Excuse me. But everything should be clearing by first pitch and making it way towards Boston. Winds out to right towards 10 miles an hour. So that's pretty like standard, you know what I'm saying? So that 10 miles an hour, I gotta I'm gonna look into that. I promise you I'm looking to that. 10 miles an hour in baseball. Whatever I got to do, just look into it because that's definitely standard. So yeah, like I said, man, wonderful day yesterday, huh? Hopefully you guys, outside of Tampa Bay fucking up parlays, hey, but hey, Tampa Bay on the road, it's not that Tampa Bay at home. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let me refresh this real fast first. It's important to have your to have your it's important to have your lineup page so you know who's in and out these lineups, man. I almost smacked a monster hits, runs, and RBI parlay yesterday too, man. Yandy Diaz, man, he fucked me up, man. Damn, man. Going back to the well to him today though. Atlanta Braves and Detroit Tigers again. Massive minus 260 favorites here, so I can't really do nothing with that. It's going to be Atlanta Braves or nothing for me in this spot. We do know Strider has big time upside when it comes to the K area here. His strikeout prop was sitting at 8.5, 9.5, whatever case may be. If you want to get there, be my guest. I was looking at something like I was looking at something like uh I was looking at something like let's see. I think it was 7 Ks. Nope. I think it was 8 Ks and 1.5. -1.5. That's what I was looking at. 8 Ks and -1.5. Might have been 7 though, but you can get a +113 for that, and maybe you might be able to get a -111 for 7 Ks, and that could be serviceable. But let's see. Yeah, minus 111. Yep, I was looking at that too. So minus 1.5 and 7Ks, something that you can look at there. Versus right hand pitching, you guys know what I do all day, every day. I target uh Acuna and Olsen versus right hand pitching. So I like those guys for hits and hits and things like that. All right. So let's keep it moving. Oh, and like I say every day, you know, earn runs here. You're always going to get Strider at a 1.5 for earn runs. I say this every day. All right. Every day. I say this every day. At the end of the day, you can sprinkle something. It's going to be a straight bet. He's hit this number 7 out of his last 8 games. And just the proof is in the pudding, man. I mean, 2 runs is not out of realm of possibilities for anyone. Now, granted, if you look, he did play some tough teams lately, man. New York Mets, Baltimore, Toronto, Texas, the Dodgers, Philly, Arizona, and then the Mets. So those were some tough ass teams. So I can see you fading it right now, but it is what it is. Okay. So let's keep it moving. All right. Milwaukee Brewers at Minnesota Twins. They've got an over under 8.5. I did want to lean towards Minnesota in this one, but I probably won't. I'll just probably stay off some stuff like here. So what you want to do here, Ray, he pitches he gives up his worst pitches to his left hand batter. So you could look at lefties versus Colin Ray, all right, for your bats, your home runs, your hit parlays and stuff like that. Where I would have some interest in was I was looking at Ober. I was looking at his outs. It's out sitting at 16.5. All right. It's interesting. It's an interesting play. Minus 105. I got a slight lean towards the over there. He's shown the ability to hit this. He's 6 for 10 on the season there. Milwaukee WRC plus 21st WRC plus versus right hand pitching. So I got some interest there. All right. I got some interest there. All right. For the left hand batters versus for the outs for Bailey Ober. You can get that on DraftKings there. All right. So that's what I was looking at there. Any bats here? I know I was looking at, I'll show you some of the bats I was looking at right now since we got Christian Yelich. I couldn't talk you off Christian Yelich or Rowdy Therese. Julian, he graded out really well for me. I'm thinking about, these lefties here, Larnick, Kurloff, Julian, you can look at those lefties there. All right. Low key, Carlos Correa has been playing some good baseball. All right. So let me keep it moving. Okay. San Francisco Giants at St. Louis Cardinals here. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot. I'm undecided on the side in this one here. Probably going to lean towards St. Louis in this spot. Not an official play, just a lean towards St. Louis in this one here. I was looking at bats here. I got some bats in my player pool. First and foremost, we got Paul Goldschmidt. He's 17 of 30 of 30 for this guy. He's batting 567 with 4 home runs. Okay. Brendan Donovan, I couldn't talk you off of him. I like Brendan Donovan and Nolan Gorman. Okay, so it's even Nolan Arenado is in play just because of who he is. So especially those first 4 batters coming off the press there. Let me go to my player pool. Those first 4 batters coming off the press there, I couldn't talk you off of those guys there. Okay, let me see. Is the lineups out? St. Louis is. So, yeah. Oh, the first 3 here. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, please. I couldn't talk you off neither one of those guys. Now, on the other side here, on the San Francisco side, it's a few bats that I like. Now, I expect now Smith, watch to see if he's in the lineup. He's got 1,000 OPS versus lefties. And watch to see if he's in the lineup. Watch and see if Austin Slater's in the lineup. He's 2 for 3 versus Jordan Montgomery, but he's got 1,000 OPS versus lefties. Okay, so watch to see if he's in the lineup. Yeah, any batter I put up there is going to be for hits. So I'm going through them right now. This is Austin Slater. He's got 1,000 OPS versus lefties, and like I say, O'Hearn. So not O'Hearn. I'm thinking about O'Hearn yesterday. Smith, see if he's in the lineup, but we don't know if he's in the lineup yet. So, especially if you're in DraftKings, if you don't plan on FanDuel, you got to make sure these guys are in the lineup. All right. So, Wilmer Flores, he's got good numbers there. He's decent versus the lefties, but Slater is and Slater and for right now, Slater and Casey Smith. I want to see if these guys are in the lineup. All right, those are going to be two guys. I just don't know right now. I just don't know. All right, so at the end of the day, I got a small lean towards St. Louis. Nothing spectacular here. Small lean towards St. Louis. One other thing I was looking at here, a couple other things I was looking at was I was looking at the K's and the outs for Montgomery. All right, last year was one of those years I was targeting Montgomery for outs. All right, so 17 and a half outs. San Francisco, they 22nd in WRC plus versus left-hand pitching. They not good as versus left-hand pitching as they are versus right-hand pitching. So it's a possibility he has to pitch six innings for this. Okay. Now strikeouts. San Francisco, like I said, they don't hit lefties as good as they hit righties. So his K prop here is in play. It's got a low number at 4.5 here for Jordan Montgomery. If you think he can last 6 innings, 4.5 Ks is not out of the realm of possibilities for him. What is this? Left hands pitching here. Left-handers. 3 of the last 4 left-handers got there versus San Francisco. Liberatore had 5. Rich Hill only had 3, and then Luzardo had 8. Braxton Garrett had 8. Okay, so those 3 out of the last 4 pitchers got there. Jordan Montgomery, his K rates. Let's see what his K rate is before I keep it moving here. Let me go back. K rate Montgomery. Give you guys a K rate before I get out of here. 20% K rate, 17.8 towards lefties, 21.3 versus righties. Okay, he does have a high. He has a 10 and a half barrel rate, so he will give up home runs. Okay, that's Montgomery right there for you guys. Small lean towards the strikeouts, maybe none. You could probably alter it or whatever the case may be. Toronto Blue Jays, we took the over yesterday. First 5, full game. Get there. All right. So today we got Barrios on the mound, we got Bradish on the mound, we got an over under 8.5 in the spot. You can target left-hand batters versus Barrios. Okay. One of my favorite bats yesterday. I am going right back to the well today. Is going to be what's my boy name? I got him in my Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson continues to be hot. He's been on a tear. All right. So we know, like I said, Jose Barrios is pitching his worst versus left-hand batters. So Gunnar Henderson. And then I pointed out O'Hearn yesterday, man. That's why you got to be paying attention. Pointed out O'Hearn yesterday. Knew he was going to go bomb. Boom. That motherfucker hit a home run yesterday. That shit was crazy. Didn't get him in. He's been on a tear as of late as well. He's batting over 1,000 OPS versus left-hand pitching. So keep an eye out on O'Hearn. It's a lot more batters there, but these are 2 batters that I got on my radar in my player pool and everything else. On DraftKings, if you're not on DraftKings or whatever the case may be, messing around with those hits, runs, and RBIs, then I don't know what you're waiting on. FanDuel is not the best book for baseball. It's a lot of people. They probably my 3rd or 4th worst book. Only thing you can do is do some ladders and shit. The rest of that shit, I mean, you're gonna get the damn. This shit won't even load up. You can get the those first hits and all that shit. You know what I'm saying, with all those big stupid ass odds on there. But other than that, everything else you can't get it on FanDuel. So my DraftKings is unresponsive. Fuck. So I had some bets in my player pool there. What the hell? What's in? Somewhere wrong. Reload it. Reload the page. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so I'm sorry guys. I had Gunnar Henderson. So they didn't got to be player parlay pieces. Now minus 150 and minus 140 for hits, runs, and RBIs for Gunnar Henderson and Ryan O'Hearn. keep in mind, if you're fortunate enough to figure out, RBIs and things of that nature, they're always. I keep telling you guys, all RBIs are plus money, all of them plus money, plus money, plus one, just for one, all right. RBI, but these right here are fucking home runs right here. Oh no, these RBIs. Interesting. Plus 200 for RBI. So RBIs, man, RBIs are, people sleeping on RBIs. All right. So and then like I said, the prop here is hits, runs, and RBIs. That's another one. They always, most of the time, they're coming out at 1.5. I didn't wasted too much time. Let me keep on moving here. So, like I said, those are a few bats here. Now on the Toronto side here, all the usual suspects, man, they actually in play. Bradish, I didn't get a chance to cap Bradish the way I wanted to. So Bradish, I expect some runs to be put up in this one again. All right. So I'm gonna just lean towards the over. I'm gonna lean towards the over again. We hit the over yesterday, first half, full game. I'm gonna lean towards the over 8.5 in this spot. It's just a lean for right now. Strong lean. I expect strong lean. But hey, those bats though. Now on Toronto bats here, I couldn't talk you off anybody for Toronto, man. Toronto, they hit righties well. It is what it is. Okay. Colorado Rockies here versus Boston Red Sox here. We got an over under 10 in this spot. We got Gomber on the mound. We got Whitlock on the mound. Yeah. So we got 9. The over under 9. I like that. 9.5. Well, 8.5. 9. Yeah. So it's a few things I'm looking at this Boston Red Sox game with. All right. So the bats. I love some bats over here versus Whitlock. Let me show you the bats I got in my player pool here. And this is why, example, predicting game flow. This is why it's important. Because I play a lot of fantasy and I like to stack. You have to stack batters, and that's when points and things like that come into play. So Rafael Devers, Austin Gomber, he's giving up 1,000 OPS to lefties and righties. All right, one of my top bats on the board here is going to be Justin Turner, 987 OPS versus lefties. He's 6 for 8 versus this guy, 2 singles, 3 doubles, and a home run. Okay, so I'm loving Justin Turner here. He's been hitting lately as well. Probably my top bat on the slate today. All right, so I love Justin Turner here. I like Devers here. 800 OPS towards lefties there. Loving Devers. If he's probably still hot now, he's probably going to be in the home run, on home run category right now. So he hit one yesterday, so you can look for him to stay hot. All right. And then the rest of the batters. I mean, listen, when they're giving up, like I said, Gomber, he's giving up. He might as well be giving up 1,000 OPS to lefties and righties. So everybody's in play. All right, everybody's in play. All right. So I just only put those two guys in my pool for right now, but the whole team is in play right now. They have a team total right now sitting over under sitting at 5.5. So if you don't want to, if you expect them to put up runs or something like that, and you just want to take the team total, you don't want to take a side, or you don't want to take the over or something like that, you can look at that. So Red Sox team total, it was at 5.5. Now it's at 6, so it's steady moving up. Colorado Rockies team total sitting at 4. All right. Do I have any extra notes on this game here? Nope. Outside the fact that Whitlock, he's giving up an 800, probably 850 OPS towards what's that? Right, I think left-hand batters and right-hand batters and switches. All right. I couldn't talk you off Ryan. I can McMahon either. He's in play. Truthfully, he is in play. Ryan McMahon, he is in play here, and the over is in play as well. All right, it did open up at 9.5, and now it's at 10, so it's steady moving up. So the over is in play in this game. I don't really like to take sides in games like this, but Gomber is just not a good pitcher, man. If I had to take a side, it would be Boston Red Sox here. OPS is like I think it's on base percentage plus slugging, something like that. Something I can get at you with. I can get at you with let me give you a good definition, a definition real fast. I'm gonna give you a good definition real fast. I'm gonna go over here to Baseball Savant, and I'm gonna come down here. They should have a good explanation for this at the bottom of the page down here, or you can go to MLB.com. I can't give you the good the you know the MLB uh definition, but I'll get to you. I'll get you the perfect wording and all of that because I want you to get the perfect word. Or you can Google it, but I think it's on base percentage per slugging. But they have extra words to help you understand it. They have other words to help you understand it. It's a lot of different metrics in one. All right. So New York Yankees at New York Mets here. Over under 7.5 in this spot. I thought I seen the 7 earlier, but a 7.5 in this spot. Don't have much for this one here, man. Don't have much for this one. Two good pitchers on the mound. If you want to target Cole, I was looking at Cole's strikeouts. I don't target strikeouts versus I don't like to versus Detroit. I mean, not Detroit, but the Mets. But hey, 6.5. Couldn't talk you off of it if you want to get there. I don't want to stress it. Verlander's strikeout prop went up to 6.5. I don't want to stress it. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going to have an under feel to it. Definitely a no runs first inning candidate, but it's always risky when you got guys like Stanton that can come up there and hit a fucking home run in the first inning. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to see where these guys are in the lineup. So they don't have a lineup out right now. You know what I'm saying? So the projected lineup got Rizzo batting second and Giancarlo Stanton batting third. You know what I'm saying? So those guys are home run candidates. They can fuck up a no run first inning right there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the game does have an under feel to it. Probably lean towards the under here. Maybe under first 5, something like that. Maybe alter it, whatever the case may be. Chicago Cubs, Pittsburgh Pirates, and Stanton does have a home run versus. They got a few. New York Yankees got a few guys got a home run versus Verlander. All right. But I didn't take any of their bats. Pittsburgh Pirates at Chicago Cubs. I don't know who this Bido kid is, so I'm a pass right now. I have to go back and look. Los Angeles Angels at Texas Rangers here. We got an over under 9 in this spot. Angels rolling out Detmers, Texas rolling out Haney. We got minus 136 favorites here. So let's look at the bats here. All right. So first and foremost, let you guys know the bats that I got in my lineup right now. Only a couple of them. One of my bats here is going to be one of my top bats of the day, and that's going to be Corey Seager. All right. He's got a 946 OPS versus him. Versus left-hand pitching, and Reed Devon's giving up a 928 OPS versus towards lefty. So, and then you couple that with the fact that Corey Seager is good. All right, hits all the way up to a home run for Corey Seager is in play. So you can target lefties versus left-hand batters versus Reed Devon's, the good ones. Okay. All right, so there you have that. That's my favorite bat from this side from this game. Of course, you got Ohtani. He's in play. I did have hold up, somebody just texted me, Joe. Hold on. I ain't finna text him back. All right, don't worry about it. I did have Mike Trout in there. I think he's due. He can hit the best of them. So don't worry about that. But yeah, one guy I really got some got to keep my eye out on. And if he pops up in the lineup, Wallach, man. Wallach is he got some real power. All right. Now he might, he can get in there and get platooned or something like that. He'll be a single bet. You know what I'm saying? A single bet because he might get in there and get 2 or 3 bats, but he's a lefty killer, man. I can pull up some numbers for you guys for him. He's a lefty killer, man. So it's important to. Oh my God, they texting. They like to text this morning. It's important to let's look at some of the splits. It's important to see who's in the lineup and stuff like that. Pay attention to injuries, yada yada yada. I expect him to probably be in the lineup. He'll probably be in the lineup today. He probably gonna be in the lineup today. All right. So versus left hand, I mean, you can see, I mean, the slugging is there. Boom. Versus lefties. Bam. On OPS 15. Slugging 600. WRC plus on the season 306 versus lefties. He killing lefties right now, but he don't get that many shots. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful when you take some of these batters and know, you know, how many at bats and stuff they get. He don't get a lot of at bats and stuff like that. But they probably gonna stick his ass out there today. Watch. Any other? I mean, looking at the pitching though. Let's see. Haney, Andrew Haney, he's got some good case stuff. Okay, Los Angeles last year they was ninth. They finished the season ninth in striking out. They 18th in striking out versus left-hand pitching right now. They ninth in WRC plus versus left-hand pitching, so they will hit lefties. You know what I'm saying? On the season, that's what it looks like. So earned runs for Haney, I don't know, 2.5. I wouldn't go to his walks right now. His Ks can be intriguing, but you know, earned runs, he's been up and down in that category. So I don't know. And then Reed Detmers, he does have some K stuff. All right. So Texas, I mean, he does have some K stuff. I don't know if I want to go there, man. Texas is one of the best teams in the league. They number third in WRC plus versus right-hand pitching there. I mean, left-hand pitching. First in on base percentage. Reed Detmers have been giving up the run, so I don't think I want to fuck around right now with Reed Detmers going up against this team here. All right. He pitched well against the Cubs, whatever. But you know, Houston 4 runs, 3 runs, Miami. Man, he's been giving up. You know, he hasn't given up more than 4 runs. I'll give him credit in that area, but you know, it is what it is. The walks have been a problem. Okay, so I do have a player a pool over here with a bunch of walks and stuff. If you guys looking at that, you can get that on DraftKings. Those are parlay pieces that I use there, but he's hit this number right here, 1.5 walks at minus 193 in every game except for 2 there. And then as you can see, Texas, they striking out. I mean, they walking the 6th most versus left-hand batters. Okay, pitching. Okay, so I got him. I got a bunch of these. I got a bunch of plays. I'll run them off to you guys in my player pool. I mean, in my parlay piece pool over here. All right. So yeah, there you have that. Right now, like I said, Corey Seager, he's probably my favorite bet here. I'll be looking at him for hits, runs, and RBIs on DraftKings. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Told you guys it's probably going to be 2.5, but I'm going to end up liking it. So let's see. And like I said, this Boston game, I'm gonna love all these guys for hits, runs, and RBIs. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you that right now. But this is a solid prop. His run. Oh, I already had him. It's a parlay piece right now at a minus 150. So I couldn't talk you off of that. The lefties here. The lefties. Jonah Heim and Josh Young. I think both of those guys are left-hand batters. So these guys here, they're in play as well. Okay. Let me go back and fact check that. I think both of those guys are lefties. So let's see. Okay. Josh Young is a righty. Jonah Heim, keep an eye out on Jonah Heim. He might pop up in the lineup. Okay. They might put him in the lineup. They might slide him in that 6 hole over here over Grossman. So keep an eye on that line on that there. All right. All right. So I don't know, man. As far as the side, I might be. It might. I don't know. I don't know. I small lean towards Texas in this one here. Cincinnati Reds at Kansas City Royals here. We got an over under 9 in this spot here. Check my. Let me see what I got written down here. Oh, this was a game we had an over under 9 in this spot. I didn't too much like this game here, but I'll tell you what I had here. You can look at Salvador Perez for power here, you know, and he can get hits, right? Almost a 900 OPS versus righties. Ben Lively, he's been okay. Who else? I didn't put anybody else in my player pool from this game for the simple fact that I was looking at this game for strikeouts. That's what it was. So, taking a look at Daniel Lynch and taking a look at Ben Lively, right? So here's the thing right here. So look, K percentage for Cincinnati versus left-hand pitching is on the season. They're striking out the 8th most. Strikeout line sitting at 4.5 right now for Daniel Lynch. That's pretty low. Hasn't faced this team this season. He's hit this number 6 of 10, so it's over 50% to this number on the season. All right. Lively, on the other hand, his strikeout prop is sitting at 4.5, and he's 8 out of 10 to this on the season. Kansas City Royals, they're striking out the 5th most right now. That's on the season, but sometimes you gotta look. You gotta look. You gotta look. You gotta look what these motherfuckers been doing for me lately. All right, so Kansas City Royals versus right hand pitching lately. All right. Sometimes you gotta look because it's a long season. All right, so let's look at the last 30 days versus right hand pitching. Kansas City Royals are striking out. They 26 and striking out. Okay, they 26, still at 25%. You know what I'm saying, with 500, almost 600 plate appearances. You know what I'm saying, but on the season, like I just showed you guys, on the season they're striking out the 5th most. Sometimes when you be like wondering, looking at your best, like, damn, what happened? Like, you know, sometimes you got to filter that shit and look and see what's been going on lately. You know what I'm saying? So I could even filter it to on the home, at home, on away, at home, on the road, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just looking at the last 30 days right now. I ain't gonna take too much into it because, for the simple fact, this is a low number. You know, 4.5 is a low number still. You know what I'm saying? But Ben Lively, he been skating by with that shit. He been hitting it. You can see it's in the green. So and like I said, Daniel Lynch, I'm torn between these guys' strikeouts. Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati is the team who's been actually more consistent in striking out versus left-hand pitching. Let me show you. They've been more consistent in striking out versus left-hand pitching. So look, versus left-hand pitching, last 30, let's look at the last 30 days. I didn't look at the sample sizes and shit like that though, but Cincinnati, what? Okay, 14th. All right. 14th. What are they on the season? 8th on the season. Last 14 days. What have they been doing for us lately? Striking out. They 3rd last 14 days. I don't know who they pitched against. That's something you have to look at too. But they only had 111 play appearances. So I guess, you know what I'm saying? But that's a little bit more consistent than the other team. So, you know, I'm torn. I think both of these pitchers can probably hit their K prop. You know what I'm saying? They strikeout prop. I think both of these pitchers can probably hit their strikeout prop, sitting at 4.5. Or if you want to just tease them down, be my guest. That's just something I was looking at for these two guys, these two teams here. I didn't have any more. I didn't. When I look at strikeouts, I try not to look at bats. So I didn't really too much look at bats here. Washington Nationals at Houston Astros. We got an over under 7.5 in this spot here. Houston Astros minus 245 favorites. I get a pitching lean towards Houston. Okay, I get a pitching lean towards Houston. Valdez is good. All that, you know what I'm saying. However, he's a lefty, you know what I'm saying? And you can't deny the fact that, you know, Washington, they're striking out, and they number 30th in the league is striking out versus left-hand pitching. I never really target left-hand pitchers versus Washington. However, Washington does have, I mean, Valdez does have that good case shit, you know what I'm saying? He will strike your ass out. But I'm going to just fade. I ain't even going to look at it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to look at the K prop. I ain't even going to fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? And then you look at the earned runs here, sitting at 1.5 for him. I couldn't talk you off for 1.5 earned runs for any pitcher, man, for any pitcher. That's always in play for me. You get that at minus 165 on DraftKings. And then you couple the fact with Washington. They've been good versus lefty. They play a lot of small ball. They don't have a lot of power, okay? Let me fix my damn camera. They don't have a lot of power, so they WRC, they 6 in WRC plus right now versus left-hand pitching, 2nd in OBS, on base percentage versus left-hand pitching. So you know what they've been, you know, y'all know by now. Y'all know by now. Can they come out here and get their ass beat up? Hell yeah, they can. Hell yeah, they can. You know, without a question, they can lose this game. But hey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look into the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's how, you know, some of these teams, you know, hey, it's a long season, man. It's a long season. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Am I going to bet on this game? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe so. I don't know. Do I expect Houston to win this fucking game though, you know? You can look at some bats. I didn't put any bats in my player pool in this one here. I didn't. I think Gray. I think he's better at home on the road. I think he's better on the road than he is at home. Josiah Gray. I had to go back and look, but he's got a very low K rate here. K a prop here at 3.5. If you want to get there, be my guest. You might get that on Caesars or DraftKings. 3.5. In Houston, they striking out at the left. They right outside the top 10 of striking out versus right hand pitching, but I haven't checked it like lately, last 30 days or nothing like that. They're probably better. So, it is what it is. That's why the numbers came out low and staying low like that. The walks for him, I got him in my player pool as far as 2 walks is not a real possibility for anybody, especially when you personally have a walk problem and you get it for a minus 193 at 1.5. I got it in my player in my parlay pieces player pool over here on DraftKings. So that's not out of the realm of possibility. He's given up 2 walks in every game except for one. There, Houston, they are 23rd in walk percentage, but you got guys that don't strike out like Bregman. Bregman don't even strike out. You know what I'm saying? His strikeout numbers are low. It would be nice to have Yordan Alvarez, but hey, it is what it is. Shout out to Dubon yesterday. I told y'all my top bat over there yesterday. What'd he do? Bam, go yard yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Altuve looks like the best bat over here for me, but I didn't put him in my player pool. I did not. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And versus Framber Valdez. Valdez pitches his worst pitches towards lefties, man. So, Lane Thomas, guys like that, those guys are in play. All right. Philadelphia Phillies at Arizona Diamondbacks here. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot here. All right. Arizona Diamondbacks, they got Kelly on the mound, Suarez on the mound for Philadelphia Phillies. And like I said, this would be one of my top stacks in fantasy. I do like to stack. It's a strategy that I use when I play fantasy. So all my DFS players, they should know about stacking. And I'm thinking about stacking these D-backs. Okay, these D-backs numbers look good. They look good versus these left-hand pitching here. So you can look at Riviera, like that first through 5 here, all these guys 900 to 1,000 OPS versus versus right hand pitching there, and then you couple that with the fact that Ranger Suarez, he's giving up almost an 850 OPS towards righty. So Riviera, he'll probably be batting number 2. Marte will probably be leading off number 1, probably at a 900 OPS. Christian Walker, 900 some OPS, batting number 4. All these guys, Uriel and Longoria, the first 5 batters grading out well for me. So I'm going to love these guys. You're going to look at some of these guys for RBIs and stuff like that. The numbers might be inflated. As far as the other side, any other bats on the other side, what's the kid's name? I think Harper graded out a little bit better than everybody else for me. But I didn't get to anybody in that player pool. I'm looking at Kelly. Kelly, it's other ways you can attack this game too, because I was thinking about a player performance double where I could probably slide in a 5Ks in a win here. Probably slide it in, or just maybe just lean back off of that. I was looking at player performance doubles here. 5Ks in the win is not out of realm of possibilities. I'm looking at the strikeouts for the simple fact that we know I think Kelly has a 27% K rate probably across the board. All right. So let's see. Let me check Kelly's K rate out. If it was switched to it, okay. Kelly, K percentage, 27 versus lefties, 27 versus righties. That's really good. All right, that's really, really good. That's really, really good there. I like that. And then when you looking at where's the kid? I'm sorry, guys. Philly, they right outside the top 10 there. That round 14, round middle of the pack is striking out. Here's a look at what Kelly's been doing. I think he's 60% to this number, on the season right now. As you can see, he has upside. 10 Ks here, 9 Ks versus Oakland. Boston, he gave them 10 Ks, and Atlanta, he gave them 8 Ks. So Philly, they shown the ability to strike out, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Man. I don't know. I'm here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna take Philly. I'm gonna take Diamondbacks here. All right. Give me the Diamondbacks on the money line. All right. And if you're a gambler and you want to, sprinkle something on that shit, on the strikeouts ladder, a strikeout ladder, that's just what it is. It just is what it is. I might feel like I want to do that later. You know what I'm saying? I might feel like I want to do that later. I don't know. As of right now, I just point out some facts. You know what I'm saying? Just point out some facts. I need to do a little digging though. If I want to go up to like 9 strikeouts to the win at plus 850, I need to do some digging because, like I said, just going through here saying he had 10 Ks versus him, he had 9 Ks versus them, he had 9 strikeouts versus Boston, he had 8 strikeouts versus this team. That ain't enough. Just because he's done it versus another team, that ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? Especially with my hard-earned money. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do a little bit more digging. All right. I'm gonna sprinkle something on them Diamondbacks though. I'm not a big fan of Suarez right now. He's shown the ability to give up runs. Last 3 games has been good though. You know what I'm saying? Last 3 games been good, but he faced Arizona and he on the 24th, and he gave up 5 runs there. How many innings did he pitch versus Arizona? 15. How many strikeouts did he have? 5 Ks versus Arizona, but he gave up five runs there. All right. How many walks? 1 walk. All right. His walks in at 1.5 at minus 161. All right. Arizona nothing for me. I'm sprinkling something on him. I don't bet on a lot of games. You guys already know that. You guys who've been rocking with me know I don't bet on a lot of games, but I'm gonna sprinkle something on it. Nothing spectacular. If they win, they win. They lose, they lose. Tampa Bay Rays. All right. Oakland Athletics. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot. Tampa Bay Rays been fucking people parlays up. So hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. On this one here, I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt. I just gotta figure out how I want to do this. All right, I'm taking them on the run line minus 1.5, going up against Medina. Not a fan of Medina here. All right, not a fan of Medina here. I don't like Medina. All right, not nothing personal, not nothing personal. But take a look at the earned runs here. To Tampa Bay, number 1 in WRC plus. I know they on the road, whatever the case may be. They not as good as on the road. They are at home. Keep that in mind. You can see that. The proof has been in the pudding. All right, but Medina has been terrible. All right, he's given up 3 earned runs or more in every game except for 2. Hits allowed. He's been giving up hits. Walks. His prop. I got it in my parlay piece. Walk prop. Every 2 walks. 1.5. A minus 188 parlay piece every game except for 1 there. And Tampa Bay is they 8th in drawing walks. Pitching outs, don't want to fuck with him on the pitching outs there. His strikeouts sitting at 4.5 there. I don't want to mess with that either. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take him. I'm gonna take him on the run line, and I'm gonna figure out a way to figure it out because Glass now. All right, so Glass now, his strikeout probably sitting at 8.5. Right, Glass now got that shit. This is his 7th game here. Oakland, Glass now has that shit. All right, he does have that shit, and he's getting it in right now. All right. So what I was looking at here was maybe I can, take these guys on the run line, and then maybe I could, get an alternate K prop here because I'm not taking a 9 for Glass now. I'm not. I might try to 154. Might try to get in the 7 and get a minus 111. I'm cheap. You know what I'm saying? I'm cheap. But you know what I'm saying? He might, I'm gonna take a stab at that. I'm gonna take the stab at the 7, and I like Yandy Diaz. I got Yandy Diaz in my player pool. I like Yandy Diaz. He owed me from yesterday. So hits, runs, and RBIs, whatever case may be, he's in play there. 960 OPS versus right-hand pitching, and then Medina, he's giving up almost 900 OPS versus righties. But you can target lefties and righties versus Medina. He's giving it up right now. All right. So that's what I'm looking at there. All the batters are in play. I'm gonna take Yandy Diaz. He's leading off. He's gonna get more opportunities to bat. Hits all the way up to a home run for Yandy Diaz. For me, Miami Marlins and Seattle Mariners here. We got an over under 7 in this spot. And Castillo, I'll take the strikeout prop for Cabrera and Luzardo. Both of them motherfuckers went out there and got shelled. Now here come Perez. Perez, he's been good, man. He's been good. Seattle, Seattle has shown the ability to strike out, but they bats hot right now. You know what I'm saying? They bats hot right now in this series. Perez has been pitching good. The young boy, the rookie, he's been pitching good. Castillo on the other side. I like the spot for him. We got an over under 7. As you can see, the books stay on 1. They feel like this is going to be a low scoring game, so I wouldn't target any bats from this game, even though you could. But it's a low total here, man. I don't have nothing for this game here, man. The total is too low for me to go under. I don't bet under 7s and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it might be there. It might be there. What's the strikeout prop here? Maybe a player performance double here. Let me see. I don't even have a side in this one. 6.5 strikeouts for Castillo. I like that. What about the they don't have player performance doubles out yet? You ain't got to wait on them to have player performance doubles out. You can definitely go build your own. I don't know what the numbers is. 6 Ks in the win. What can we get for 6 Ks in the win? 6 Ks in the win and minus 110. That's if you like Seattle Mariners to win. But like I said, Perez and both of these guys have been pitching well this season. Let me see. Perez right now. Strikeouts sitting at 5.5 right now. Seattle been hitting though, man. Lately they've been hitting, but it is what it is. The outs here, sitting at 15.5. He's constantly went to 15. It's projected to be 15.5. If it come out 15, I might take a stab at it. That's about it though, man. I'm not gonna talk about a game that I'm not on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave you guys at that. I will show you guys the K prop for Castillo here. Miami do have some batters that will strike out. He has immense K upside. I couldn't talk you off that 6.5 Ks there. I could not talk you off that 6.5 Ks. This is a pitcher park here, so you can look at the outs. But anytime they put that hook on there, it's projected. If it comes out at 17.5 and at a parlay piece, I'll have interest in it. For Castillo. Nothing else I'm looking at for Castillo, though. Don't want to check the walks here. Don't want to check the hits, and I don't want to check the earned runs. Even though 1.5 earned runs is not a realm of possibility for any pitcher. All right. I don't want to mess around with this game, though, man. Over under 7 in this spot. At least for batters, I don't. Pitching, okay. So I do not see the. Let me see. What they do with the Dodgers game? Okay, there it is. Cleveland Guardians at San Diego Padres here. Not a big fan of Savali. Walker has been okay this year. Over under 8, not too sexy. I was looking at Soto. You couldn't add him to your hit parlays, but he's so wishy-washy, man. You know what I'm saying? But a couple lefty batters, and I was looking at a couple lefty bat. No, I was looking at switch. I was looking at Josh Naylor. I was looking at Oh, Ramirez. I was looking at Ramirez, Josh Naylor, and Ramirez here, and Soto. Those are a couple guys I was looking at. But I don't know. I probably don't even get to him, man. Over under 8.5. I might just skip all the way past this game, even though, like I said, I'm not a fan of Aaron Savali. So I was really looking at Soto here. Probably Soto. If I had to rank 3 bats that I was looking at, would probably be Soto, Ramirez, Naylor. Now I give you one more bat. Would probably be a lefty. Would probably be, I don't know. Cronenworth. I don't know. It is what it is. Usual suspects in play. I didn't have nothing for that game though. I went right over it. And this White Sox at Dodgers here, over under 8.5. Seemed like the White Sox, they could be in trouble in this one here. Let me just show you guys some things here. So last year, White Sox versus left-hand pitching, it was a thing. It's a semi thing right now. It's a semi thing right now. They don't get a chance to see him. So look at the numbers between last year and this year. All right, we last year White Sox fourth in WRC plus versus left-hand pitching. They finished the season, and then they third in on base percentage. This year they're 18th in WRC plus versus right-hand pitching, and 21st in on base percentage. That's this year. Strikeouts, last year they were 24th in striking out versus left-hand pitching. This year they're 11th. Okay, so and then you couple that with the fact that Kershaw's got that shit. All right, he does have that shit. I don't know if I'm going to take his strikeout prop, but he does have that shit. But some of these White Sox batters, their OPS numbers and stuff like that are still up. You know what I'm saying? So don't shoot the messenger. I just want to show you guys. Here's a guy that, Jake Berger, he will hit a bomb. All right. He's a home run hitter, 900 OPS versus lefties. All right. Luis Robert, y'all know who he is, over 1,000 OPS versus lefties. Okay. Wait a minute. Dodgers at home, right? Right. So Dodgers at home, it's going to really be, splits. Kershaw does have splits, all right. So he's better at home than he is on the road. Eloy, 850 OPS versus lefties, all right. And last but not least, Tim Anderson, 850 OPS versus lefties, all right. So they do have some batters that can hit lefties, but like I say, Kershaw is an elite pitcher. You know what I'm saying? He's just that good. Now on the flip side, we got Clevenger on the mound, and you want to target. He pitches his worst towards righties. You want to target these right hand. And then you got some right hand batters that hit lefties. They hit righties well, like JD Martinez. All right, he hits righties well. He's 6 for 9. His righty splits are on point. He's 6 for 9. Versus right hand pitching. If Muncy goes tonight, I told y'all guys I wanted Muncy last night. I told you guys take them lefties versus righties. Lefties last night. The lefties showed out. All right. I wanted Muncy. If Muncy didn't come out, I said Freeman wasn't in a great spot. I said look at Peralta. I didn't bet him. Peralta smacks one. All right. That's crazy. It is what it is. They had a lot of home runs yesterday, but like I said, they got some righties on this team that hit lefties. They hit righties well here on the Dodgers here. I just want to see what the lineup comes out at, and we'll see right now. We'll see then. All right. So if Muncy come back, man, Muncy probably gonna hit a fucking home run. All right. You never know. He's been slumping, but like I said, I wanted him last night. He didn't play. Last night was the ultimate spot. I felt like last night for Muncy. But if the White Sox gonna be around in this game, guys like Robert, Eloy, Tim Anderson, I couldn't talk you off none of those guys. You know what I'm saying? If you think they can put up a fighting chance, but at the end of the day, for me, it's the Dodgers, moneyline parlays, run line straights. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, peace out, guys. Peace out.